So I thought I'd make a video really quick about what I think is most definitely the easiest way to leather wrap a hilt. So what you'll need is some leather. I have a go-to seller, Defcon Bird on eBay. I'll link that in the description. He sends all his leather wraps with a cut guide, so you know how to cut it. And you'll need a sharp pair of scissors, not any sharper than other pairs of scissors, just not dull. You'll need some kind of glue. I use E6000, it's just what I have. It's pretty common to use E6000 in this hobby. And you'll need, if you want to do it the easiest way, some kind of grip tape. So I will link this exact grip tape here, but this is perfect. What you want is some kind of hockey grip tape. And what this method is first you wrap your hilt piece in grip tape, and then you wrap the leather around the grip tape. And since the grip tape is slightly tacky or sticky on the outside, the leather clings to the grip tape and doesn't move. And if you wrap it tight enough, all you have to do, put a little dab of glue at the bottom, and it stays. So first let me prep my tape. You can also prep your tape using the cutting guide from Defcon Bird if you buy your leather from him, and you can just stick the guide on there and then cut the tape. And you want to cut the tape and the leather using the same guide so that the tape wraps around the hilt just like the leather does. Just like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is just the tape. You're not going to see this. Pull this guide off and start wrapping it around. I always start at the top and work my way down. You don't have to. You can do it from the bottom up if you want. And then start going down at an angle once you go all the way around once. That's why you cut it in the first place, so that you can start to do that angle. Once you reach this point where you've hit the bottom of where you're wrapping, just give it some slack and apply the cutting guide again. So this time you're doing it in reverse. You just got to make sure that the cutting guide lines up with where you want your tape to start to slope off. And again, this is just the tape. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're not going to see the tape. And finish wrapping the hilt piece. And if you cut it right, the tape will just fit like a puzzle piece. There. So that's all wrapped up nicely. And the next step is to do the leather. And what you want to do is you want to do the exact same thing. So you probably want to go about a ½ inch over from the beginning of the first one if you're doing two pieces. If you're not, don't worry about this. Just start wherever. Hold this end of it with your finger and wrap it around the back until you overlap it. And then you can hold it with your thumb and continue wrapping at the spacing you want until you reach this point where it passes where it needs to be wrapped. And this is the part where you take your cutting guide again, line up the edge, and keep the guide where you want it, and unwrap the whole thing. Because now you've got your measurement and you know exactly how long the leather needs to be. And then make your cut. So now you've got your leather, you know exactly how long it is. This is exactly how long it needs to be. So if you want, you can clean up your cut. Line it up again. Exactly the same spot you had it last time. Wrap it the same way. And if you cut it right, it should line up with the bottom quite nicely. Then all you got to do is hold it, take your glue, put a dab there on the end, and set it down. And this glue's a bit messy. You can just use super glue if you don't have this, or if you don't want it to be so messy. But what I do is I just kind of rub it off. And that's glued on there pretty securely. So that'll cure in a few hours. And now I have two matching leather wraps. And this one is roughly 9 months of use. So that's why it looks so different. This one's new. This one has 9 months-ish of use put into it. And I really like how this black leather ages when it's used. It makes it look very nice. So anyway, I hope this helped a little bit. This is just the easiest method that I've come across. You don't need any of the crazy epoxies, and it's not permanent. You can just pull it off if you don't want your leather wrap anymore. You can change the leather wrap. All you have to do is lift up that end of the leather wrap and it comes right off. So pretty easy way to do it. And you know what? If you struggle a bit with the tape or the leather, don't worry about that. I just cut all my struggling out.